Hello and welcome to 7 Days to Die. We're doing a console style playthrough. Gonna be using the controller. I'm gonna probably regret this. I'm going to be playing basically how the console folks on Xbox and PS5 will be playing this game. I'm going to be using the spear. This is Pre-Gen World 4K number 1. Everything is on default. I'm playing this as if, hey, you're new. And technically, I'm new because it's the first time I'm playing this with the controller. God help me. From what I've seen, it's not bad, but I don't know. I have never played 7 Days to Die with a controller. I'm primarily a PC player. I do have a PS5. I play some games on it, like Elden Ring and other stuff, but I'm used to the mouse and keyboard for at least for this game. Like Armored Core 6 controller all day, Elden Ring controller all day, no questions. Few other games too, but this one, well, we'll see how it is with the controller. I mean, it can't be that hard. I mean, I know some people said like it's slow going through the menu system and other shit, but I doubt it. I mean, it can't be that hard. Open window with B. All right, shoulder button to go to the inventory. Y plus to trigger actions. Okay, so you do have to click to go to the menus. Can I shoulder button this? No, that's for that stuff. Can I do the... Okay, there we go. Trigger buttons go through the things. Cool. Can I... That's... Okay. Okay, so I can go through the pad through there, and the pad stays on it. Okay, so it's not that bad. It literally says it on the thing. So what are my action buttons? A is jump. X does nothing. Y does nothing. Alright. Left left button, right button goes through there. Open inventory. Open challenges. Use LB. Open. Okay, so you gotta literally go to the challenges. You go to the back. Okay, cool. Redeem. Alright, let's start the challenges. I'm guessing right trigger, traditional left button sprint. Okay, got it. Yeah, this doesn't seem that difficult. Mind you, if I find the settings way too easy as far as difficulty goes, I'll probably bump it up to my usual warrior settings. I'll stick to the 60-minute days. Why not? I mean, zombie speed, if walk is too easy for me, I'm definitely going to switch it back to jog or sprint, though, because... Well, maybe not sprint, maybe run. Gotta get used to this controller setup first. But yes, this will be a spear playthrough, so we're going to go to the perception tree. Do I recommend spears for new players? Nah. Clubs. Clubs all day. Easily clubs all day. Oh, yeah, that's right. Is there a quick way to do this? Scrap, drop, equip. There we go. So you hold Y and do it. Okay, got it. Nah, yeah, I can do this. Will be easy. The turning's fine. So I'm curious to see how people are loving the console edition so far, because I haven't played on PS5. I know the wife wants to play, but I don't know. I'm not a multiplayer kind of person. And she's tried playing games with me before, and she's the kind that, like, if shit hits the fan, she'll fucking run. She won't stand in fighting shit. Alright, let's craft these things. So, craft, 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 craft. Where? Craft the one club. Craft the wooden bow. I need feathers. Oh, it goes to the top. Oh, it goes to, it takes it to the first slot. I don't like that. That's fine. You don't really need this letter. You could just drop that. Let's move the food over here. First aid can go on this side. Torch. We'll keep it. Why not? Locate a feather. Where is a feather? They're all over the place. Open your eyes and ears. Left button, take everything from the container. Got it. I have to actually read the instructions because I'm a little confused. Speaking of being confused, for new players, skills trees. Craft for, if you're curious as to what drops what, like let's say you're like me, you're going spears. You want more spears to drop. To get more magazines and parts to up your crafting skill for it, you need to put points into Spearmaster. Spearmaster would be this one, which helps you do more damage. Me personally, the way I play this game, I always go for maximum damage to start off. So meaning, let's say you're like me playing Perception to get spears, put points into the attributes, and put points into Spearmaster. So you'll see once I get the points. We need to craft a stone arrow. Done. Open the challenge window. And redeem. Cool, we're done. Now we have to locate our trader. Trader Rect. I love Trader Rect. People don't like him because he's a bit of an asshole. You know, it is what it is. Let's grab some more wood real quick before we head over there. Reopen the menu. So we got our skill points. Here's what I mean. First point, right into sharp sticks. Impaler requires Perception 3. If you want to see what it takes to unlock, just hover over your icon over the little lock. It'll tell you Perception 3. Go here. 1 point. 1 point. And then with your last remaining point, into Impaler 2. Next, we need a weapon. Stone Spear. Equip the spear. Sorry, Club, you've become useless. We're gonna scrap you real quick. Let's go meet Rect. Okay. Whenever you get to a trader compound, always loot the storage things. Loot all the crafting units, search the trucks, because you might find good stuff in there. Like I found steel in the workbench. Oh my god, that's why I'm gonna have to do cooking. The camp station had nothing good, that's fine. Let's search the cement mixer. Anything decent? Decent stuff. Check the trash pile. Trash pile didn't have anything. We can leave that behind. And then check his 2 little houses for food. Parts, you'll need that for crafting your armor. Bird's nest hopefully has an egg. Egg brings you good luck. I mean, it doesn't really bring you good luck. That's just shit talking. Hey, food, cool. Alright, let's go.
Well, looky here, boys. We got ourselves a real-life hero.
Complete.
And now he wants to be... If
Intro
you want a job
buried
from me,
supplies.
let's get one thing straight. You're not working with me. You're working for me.
Okay. Alright. As you can see, the inventory is getting a little full. Move this down here. We can scrap that. I'm not going to use the bow and arrow. I'm not going to be using that. I'm not going to be using that other shovel. Now, what I recommend with these is use that one. These two, use the food also. Sort your container. For now, you'll find seeds throughout the game. I am not going to save these seeds. Just going to dish them. They're just taking up space. Oh. Always loot the birds' nests. Nothing. What's in here? Nothing. What a shame. It might take me a while to get used to this shoulder button switching. Because I'm somewhat used to the scrolling with the mouse wheel for faster switching. Alright. Digging up these bird supplies. Hey, we're next to the snow biome. That's awesome. For this quest, it's super easy. Just find the middle, dig straight down. You should be good. I know some of you are, I think, also having difficulties finding water. There used to be jars in the game. The devs, when their infinite wisdom, decided to remove the jars and make it more difficult to make water. Now, you will probably find murky water in, certain areas. Like if you live in cabinets, refrigerators, you will find murky water. You need a cooking pot to boil that water. Shouldn't be too difficult to find a cooking pot. If you can't, like what I recommend doing... Stamina. The joys of starting new. That's something I definitely don't miss as a stamina issue. Jesus. But anyways. What the hell is this treasure? Come on. Jesus. Hey, I think I see it. Hey, there it is finally. Jeez. Alright, make a way out of here. Always, before you loot the treasure, make sure you have a way out, because zombies spawn. And then sometimes when you hear that little chime thing, and the indicator goes lower, zombies will spawn also. Well, not will, there's a chance they will spawn. It's not guaranteed. I still can't jump out of here. I'm good. Let's loot. There's our shitty treasure. There's the zombie spawn. That lumberjack is from that biome. That guy, I don't know if he spawned or not. Combat isn't that difficult. It's just as easy. Alright, let's get going. We'll turn in this quest. But yeah, something I recommend to new players. Don't rely too much on quests. Like, think outside the box. If you see that, let's say, you're struggling with magazines, or you can't craft certain things because you're behind on magazines, just don't worry about the quest. Ignore the questing, let's say, for a day if you want, and just go around the town looking for a place called a Crack-A-Book. Those are the bookstores in the game. They usually have a lot of magazines. Go in there, loot it up. Or let's say, hey man, I'm struggling with water. Go to the vending machine. Goldenrod tea gives you hydration. Water gives you hydration. Coffee gives you hydration. This is expensive. Don't buy that. Try to buy like the cheap ones. Don't drink beer. Beer doesn't give you hydration. But yeah, you go around town and loot up things.
At least wipe that Well, I guess I'm gonna have to pay you now that you did it.
Always pick the pipe machine gun as your reward. The others are trash. Quest-wise, what's the closest one? Fetches
And
are
I don't
super.
like you. Well, good luck.
Fetch quests are
By the
super
looks
easy.
of it, you're gonna need
Easy
it.
way to earn, get the job done. It's literally in and out. Now, back to the thing about, buying from the vending machines to get your hydration up. If you're, you don't have a cooking pot yet, that's one thing you could do. But let's say, hey, I'm broke, I can't afford anything. I'm one of the poors. Well, that's simple. You just go loot. Going to any of these, not any of these POIs, you have to be careful because some of them could be tough if you're starting out and you don't know too much what you're doing. Something you could do is go around, you see these tires, break them, and you'll get polymer. Polymer, just 10 of them. How do you inspect? Why? 10 of them sells for 32. With 10 of them selling for 32, that makes it, a little bit easier to get water at the beginning. And let's read the schematic. These I'm saving. I need rotten flesh. Craft all of those into cotton. Let's keep going. Man, polymer, easy to get early game. You could just run around. Usually each tire gives you about 4 of them. And then if you're doing quests, inside some of the POIs, if you see the blinds, the window blinds, just break them with the hammer, with the stone axe, and you collect polymer from that also. Just some early game tips and tricks. Now, if you run into a dog, I know folks panic whenever they see dogs. Also, before you just start any quest, once you get to the quest POI, loot the mailbox always. And if it's something like this, like the Powell residence, and you see a workbench, loot that also. Head back out, start the quest, and it resets it. That way you can loot it again. Chances are the workbenches, crafting stations like the workbench, cement mixer, chemistry station, there's a chance they'll contain the Forge Ahead book. Forge Ahead helps you unlock more crafting stations. Hey, what's in here? Alright. Also, don't run too much through POIs, because stamina. Okay, left button is the power attack. A potato. Lovely. There we go. Passing gas box will have something good in there, hopefully. Search. Those, that little gearbox thing helps you. Those are repair kits. They help you with repairs. Medical book, medical journal. Break these garbage cans for more polymer. Right there, that gave us 4. Whenever you see wood piles like this, break them also. It's a quick way to get wood. Very quick way to get wood. Dryers usually have cloth in them. Alright, we're done here. Let's go upstairs. Can I make that jump? Yeah. Those are cloth. Don't worry about them. back here, there should be a... hoping it will be a bag or something. Stone's still good. Early game, whenever you loot those things and you see stuff like stone, you might think, oh man, that sucks, stone. But, hey, that's 20-something less stone you need to mine up. And always loot. Always be looting. You never know what you might find. It could be something useful, or, you know, sure, it might suck, but there's always that chance it could be useful. Like sewing kits. You need sewing kits to craft. You craft the armor kits, which help you make the armor. Also, whenever you try to fight zombies, do your best to get headshots. Headshots do bonus damage. Right, we're almost done. I missed a satchel. That's another thing. Whenever you're doing these fetch quests, always try to see what this indicator is and loot the item. This is the item you gotta turn into the trader. And as you can see, that can also complete the quest. Mind you, even though the quest is completed, you have two options. You could leave, perfectly fine, or you could fuck up a jump like I just did and embarrass yourself when you're trying to go after the main loot. Let's go back there again. What was this thing at? Oof. Where did I bump my head into? Probably that right there. Maneuvering is definitely going to take a bit getting used to. We'll go through here. Oh. Hello, you. Now, you want to be careful with power attacks. Power attacks do more damage, but at the same time, they also cost more stamina. Stamina management in this game, some people say it's it takes some skill to manage it. It's not that fucking hard to manage stamina. Come on, man. Just don't power attack too much. Try to use the right trigger to do your normal attacks, and that's about it. Now, our inventory is hella full. As you can see, the little dude with the box on his back, that tells us we're super encumbered. As you get more encumbered, your character starts to slow down. He walks a little bit slower. He feels a lot fatter. So, of course, he's not going to move as fast. When that happens, what I tend to do is, like, crossbow bolts, never going to use them, drop it. Seeds, drop it. Actually, the crossbow bolt, I didn't mean to drop it. For crossbow bolt, the best thing you could do with that is scrap. Bandages, you need aloe vera cream to make this into actual real bandages that actually give you health back, which are the first aid bandage, so I get rid of those. Bones I drop. Feathers, I don't craft arrows. Paper is kind of useless, so I get rid of that also. Lead, I throw that away. And we gotta read the sniper book. Volume 2. Crippling shot. If they can't run, they won't get leg shots. Cripple all but the strongest enemies, have a chance to dismember. Alright. Let's head back to the trader. Oh yeah, also, running drains your stamina by a decent amount. As you can see by the underneath the toolbar, I don't know how well you can see it. I mean, maybe you're watching this on the actual monitor instead of cell phone, you can see it, but there's a green and a blue bar. Green bar indicates your food. Blue bar indicates your first. Once you get to about 50% for each, your character starts to get hungrier, or they start to get thirstier. Once that starts, like especially for thirst, once your thirst meter gets to 50%, you'll get a yellow indicator in the game saying, "Hey, your character is thirsty. Drink some water." When that happens, you start losing. It's harder to recuperate stamina. Much more difficult. So you want to try to avoid getting that low. I'm just coming inside this house to loot up and see if I can find some stuff to sell, since we're a little bit broke. Hey, you almost broke. Let me break you down completely. What do you give me? Not that much wood. Let's go turn on our quest. Let's kill her. Also, this is just a me thing when I'm starting off. On the way to any quest locations, or on the way to... And I'm not going to be able to catch that right, but my character's too fat right now. He's overweight by 13 boxes. I didn't loot this truck. So I was saying, before I got distracted, I easily get distracted by things. Wasteland's treasures. Add a chance to harvest acid from cars, medical equipment, and barrels. Use. Be very careful when you're doing like the shortcut things, like holding Y. As you can see, the D-pad is, you know, it's not massive. And if you're fat and you tend to fat finger like I do, you could easily end up scrapping
You
books.
best keep clear of me. You think you're pretty smart now, don't you?
So as you can see,
Hey, Einstein.
here's your quest rewards. The best rewards to me, like, let's see, because there's one of these hunter volumes. Inspect it. Oh, you can inspect it. There we go. You press A. So why does it? You have to select it. Okay. So if you select it before you don't hit complete, there's a hunter's journal that helps you do 10% more damage to zombies. That's the important one. As far as this choice goes, the food would be the better option for a beginner. If you're struggling with food, that's the way to go. Pick the food, that way you're not starving. I'm going with the cobblestone rocks because that helps you build up a base. It helps you go. It's part of the crafting. It's part of the progression system for base building. You start off with shapes. You upgrade it to wood. Wood gets upgraded to cobblestone. Cobblestone gets upgraded to concrete using concrete mix, and then you use forged steel to upgrade to steel, which is the strongest. I'm gonna go with cobblestone rocks just because for base building. Now, as far as money goes,
you're leaving.
We don't have that much money. I suggest, now this is just me suggesting, like, early game, you're not going to run into things that require really block picks. That right there is 40 bucks. I say sell the lock picks. If you have brass, always sell all your brass. Sell the polymer, don't sell it yet. Lead is not even worth selling lead. It just takes up inventory space. Repair kits, I personally say sell them because you're not going to really find anything that requires repair kits for a good while. Cash, old cash is useless, sell that. The oil, sell any oil you find just to get money, just to get money rolling in. And then once you sell, let's say like right now with my 500 bucks, go in here. As you can see, they usually have a cooking pot for sale. You can just buy for him. They have food for sale. Buy things like can of miso that gives you food and water. Always inspect it. If it gives you just food, don't buy it. It goes with things that give you both food and water. And I say that because a lot of people playing for the first time, their main issue and struggle isn't going to be with food. Food is usually pretty easy to find. You can find farms that have corn by itself. You can eat corn for 2 food. Usually corn's pretty easy to find. Potato itself, it's also easy to find. It's the water that usually ends up giving people problems. And not just that, when you, like I was saying, when you get low on water, you also your stamina regen suffers, which makes it more difficult to fight enemies. As far as books go, I always recommend buying Tools Digest when you see it. If he's selling the Forge Ahead, always buy the Forge Ahead. And then if he has any books for the weapon that you're using, then buy for the spears. Like for Get Hammer, this will be if you're using sledgehammers. If you're using knives, this helps with your knife progression. If you're using then whatever, let's say what gun you decide to go with. If you're going to be using pistols, there's a pistol magazine. If you're going to be using shotguns, there's shotgun. Tactical warfare for the assault rifles. This helps you progress up with those weapons. Then everything else here, like medicine, check medicine for honey and antibiotics. They'll come in a pinch if you get infected. And that's pretty much it. Resource-wise, he usually sells cobblestone. I would recommend buying it all if, big if by the way, if you're not struggling with food and water. Otherwise, use whatever money you make to get food, food and water.
Don't let the door hit you on your way out.
And as you can see, we completed a couple of challenges. We were stupid and did not pick up a quest. Always remember to pick up a quest. Let's go with a clear zombies at 318.
I got some shit work for get moving, jackass. This don't pay by the hour.
He's so awesome. Let's go into the inventory. Organize this real quick. We're fine with what we got. But as you can see, alright, so the quest is this way. We need to find some place to stay. As you can see, it's getting late. In this game, can I catch the rabbit now? Best advice for animals, don't chase them. Do not chase animals. It is a waste of stamina. And when you waste stamina, and you have to regen back stamina, that drains your food and water resource tab, your resource bar, faster. So don't chase down animals. Best advice for that is to either... How do you reload? Is it X? X is reload. Just like any other game. Use your gun. Or craft a bow and arrow. And use bow and arrows to kill animals that way. Whoa. That's another thing. Usually on ways to POIs, I'll kill zombies just to level up faster. In here, take. I don't want that. Oh, even though I was hovering over this because I selected. That's weird. Why did it drop that one? Probably a bug they need to fix. Now, here's another thing. As you can see, this gives you the dysentery chance. If you want to avoid getting dysentery... speaking of which, I want those electrical parts. So let's say you want to avoid getting dysentery. And you're struggling with, water. Ooh, machine gunner. Automatic weapons do 10% more damage. This is an automatic weapon, so it counts, so that does 10% damage. This is a really good book to find early on. And always loot these. Or I loot them if they have an egg. If they don't, I ignore it. Which one is this? Increased attack speed with the axe. This is this is another really it's fine. It's good if you're using tools, like I was doing one of my playthroughs as weapons. Nope, not with that. Collect more polymer. Can't remember if this house has a dog or not. Up, thirsty, you are thirsty. So, this is what thirsty. These are right here where you're gonna on the character page. This is where your debuffs are gonna be. If you hover over it, It tells you drink water to increase the rate at which your health and stamina recover. This not only lowers your stamina, it also makes it more difficult for you to recover stamina faster. Now, as I was saying, nope, that's the other button, the map. No, I guess you actually have to go to the map. Okay, that kind of sucks. So, let's say you don't have a cooking pot, you're broke for whatever reason, you went through all your food and water stuff. As you can, how do you zoom in? Right trigger, right? Yes, right trigger. Here are water sources. If you drink out of it, there's a chance it can give you dysentery. It also takes away 5 HP. If you want to avoid the chance for dysentery and you found vitamins in the loot, take the vitamins, and then that way you can eat things like the sham sandwich. To avoid the chance for dysentery, you could drink even straight up murky water. It won't give you the dysentery, but it still gives you the -5 health. It takes away 5 health. So, give and take. Also, for early game people, if you're going to be doing POIs and you suck at combat, I recommend taking the vitamins. The vitamins give you a resistance to getting the infection. If you get the infection early game, that's almost a death sentence, basically, because it's really hard. It's a little difficult to find honey or antibiotics to help cure the infection early game, unless you got lucky and the trader has some, and you can buy it from them. Otherwise, you're gonna have to run around out in the wilderness, find tree stumps, and get it from and hopefully the tree stump will give you some honey. But I forgot. I think you one of the YouTubers, Guns, Nerds, and Steel, who's really good for information. He scrapped the radiator. You get more out of brass than it does cells by itself. As I was saying, like, there's a 20% chance the stump will give you honey, which may seem high, but you know how games with RNG work. Chances are you're not going to get what you need until you don't need it. Alright, let's keep going. Also, as far as time in the game goes, once the timer reaches 2200, that's when it's nighttime in the game. You can no longer... the zombies start running. Usually stronger ones start to spawn also, so it makes it a little bit tougher. Girl. Hit her right in the booba. That's the weak spot. Oh, no stamina. Alright, we're done. We're almost done here. Loot the shoes for some cloth. We fell in here. Now, usually when you fall in place like this, sometimes those are death traps for people. Primarily, like, as you get into more stronger, tougher areas, like tier 3, maybe tier 4 POIs, usually for sure in tier 5s. Oh, as you can see, like, it's real hard for my stamina to recover now that I'm thirsty. So, obviously, don't do this while... Oh, you have to right trigger it. Obviously, don't be doing this in the middle of combat. Try your best to go into areas when you're going to go out questing. Try to stay above like 75%, maybe 70% for the hydration and food. And as you see, we missed a zombie somewhere. Usually when you're down to like the last few zombies, they'll give you a yellow indicator telling you where you messed up. Or what area you missed, if you want to be, a little bit more sensitive about it. Duct tape is very important in this game. And since we're already here at the end area, let's loot up. Great Heist. This is motion detection. This is a kind of like a PvP kind of thing. Grab these. We're going to scrap that. What's in here? Okay. Popping pill crates will probably give you, if you're super lucky, it'll give you honey or antibiotics, which is great if you have the infection. This didn't give us one. This is for bar brawling, meaning, you know, if you're using fisting, 20% more damage to knock down opponents. Knock down and stun opponents, which is really good. The beaker's a good find. You need that to help craft the chemistry station, but that's way later on. Stuff you don't need to worry about right now. The only things usually as a new player that you need to worry about is food. Food lowers your maximum stamina. And leveling up. So another thing, as far as time goes, you need to be back by the trader by 2150. Otherwise, he's gonna shut the door on you, and he's not gonna let you in, even if you have a quest done. If you have a quest to turn in, he's gonna be like, hey, you know, tough tits, you should have been here sooner. So let's try to kill this guy real fast. Whenever you see those office chairs, until you get a wrench, there's no point in wrenching them. The best thing you could do is pick them up. Also, don't forget to loot the kitchen. They usually have food. Drop those so I can take the cat food with me. I don't know if we're going to make it to the trader. It would help if I got rid of some of this stuff. So stuff like this, scrap those. I could drop that. I could drop that. I'm not going to be crafting coffee. I'll find more in loot. Move this down here. Yeah, and as your character loses the encumbrance weight, it makes it easier for them to run. I don't think I'm going to make it, but let's see if we make it. So that'll be another thing, is keeping your eye on what time it is, how long you think it might take you to clear out a POI. Like, obviously, a fetch quest is just in and out. So if you see it's too late in the day, my advice would be, like, rush over there, get the item, and then just leave just to, if you want to collect a quest. Otherwise, don't even bother doing the quest. Just save it for the next day, or do like I do. Do the quest. If you make it back in time, cool. If not, hey, it is what it is. It's always tomorrow. You can turn it in tomorrow, then pick up another quest. And I think it's at 2150.
Or come back tomorrow if you're still alive.
Yeah, at around that time, he'll give you the warning saying, hey, jackass, we're going to be closing soon. And you would think they close at 2200 when the zombies start running. Nope. They close up at 2150 if I remember correctly. So we got about 10 in-game minutes to do this. So we got to rush over here.
I'd shake your hand, but...
Always pick jar of honey if you're new. I'm going with the ammo. Let's see if I can pick up a job real quick. Fetch quest.
Jackass. Well, don't just stand there with
and here's what happens when you run out of time.
Goddamn job.
Like once the timer hits 2150, it should automatically teleport you out.
Trader Rick is now closed, so get off my lawn.
And that's what happens when you get there at 2150. Once you complete enough quests, he'll give you the option, once you tier up, like let's say, where is it? Here, questing. Tier 1, it says, you see tier 1, that says 3 of 10. Once you pass that threshold, it'll upgrade to tier 2, you'll get a reward for going into the tier 2 section. Usually, it's like, the first upgrade is always going to be your first, like, mode of transportation, so it'll be a bicycle. When you're getting to the trader late at night, or never, I'm just gonna say this now. If you're gonna get late, if you're cutting it close to the trader, don't park your vehicle in there. Because if you park your vehicle in there, you run out of time and you teleport you out, your vehicle stays in there. You can't get your vehicle back until the next day. And the last thing you want to be is, on foot with zombies like I am right now at this time. But for now, we need to find some place to stay. And we also need to level up. Also, when you kill some zombies, they might drop those. Those will drop a lot more during the Day 7 Horde night, which I'll explain in the next video. But let's loot up this bag. Usually these loot bags have decent loot in them. Alright, something we gotta do is find a house to stay in. We're gonna end the episode like that. Now, let's... As you can see, like, they're running faster. You see her with the glowing eyes? Alright, let's say this... I'm gonna say this right now. Zombie AI in this game is not the best. As you saw, she saw me, and she decided to go after the tree. So when you see these zombies with the eyes like that, that means they are feral. Feral zombies are a lot stronger. As you can see, it's taking way more hits to kill her. Way more hits. And as you can see, I got an infection. My leg? My leg is busted. I got an abrasion. Oh, what was that button again? Right trigger. That's another thing. Keep an eye on your tools and your weapons, because they could end up damaged. They damage over time as you use them more, and you don't want to end up with a broken weapon. That is the last thing you want. And as you can see, like, these run way faster at night. Those ones with the glowing eyes are ferals. Ferals have more HP. They run faster. They're usually running at whatever the max speed you set the game at. So if you set it at sprint, they're going to be going at sprint or run, or anything else like that. Do I have any honey? I should have gone with the honey. So you can see how not going with the honey fucked me over. Alright, we just need to find a... Oh, here's another feral. Here's another tactic you use. Like, sometimes they'll have to jump over. Be careful with the jumping stamina. Be careful jumping. Jumping consumes a ton of stamina. Alright, I do need to find a house, though. Oh, yeah, I can't really... Yeah, I could run. I don't really care. Need to find a home real quick. Or at least a roof to stay on. What's in here? Potatoes. Useless. I might have found my home. I don't know about the bowling alley. And the reason I say I don't know about the bowling alley, because I think this is one of the, like, higher tier, tier 3 POI. Also, as you take damage and you have your food meter up, food helps you regenerate. Food helps you regenerate HP, which means you get hungrier faster. Thankfully, I have food. Eat the meow mix. Eat the can of peas. Eat the can of tuna. And that's pointless to take right now. This right here is going to be our base. Next to the Big Buns strip club. a tier 2. Yeah, our home is going to be the warehouse. We just need to clear it out. That's another thing. As zombies hit you when you have an infection, there's a chance they can speed up the progression of the infection. So whenever that happens, that makes it a lot more difficult to do things as far as like curing it goes. And if you're lucky and they drop the loot box, a loot bag, you might be able to find something good in it. Decent. So, actually, I'm glad I'm getting all these buffs now, because now, let's say you have that hand with your hands all messed up like that. That's a laceration. You need either a first aid kit or a sewing kit to cure it. By the way, as you get more debuffs, your maximum HP decreases like crazy. For this, you just gotta wait out the 9 minutes. Infection, better hope you find some honey. As you can see, like, look how high my infection got from all those hits. Every time, like, more or less every time a zombie hits you, it increases the speed of the infection. And use this to heal the abrasion. By the way, those abrasions, you get them so often. It is ridiculous how easy it is to get an abrasion. Like, that is one debuff that it's like, if you tend to get hit a lot, forget it. You're gonna be having that a lot. Construction site box. Forge ahead, good. The Shamways usually have a chance to having honey. Not this time. Let's see if there's anything else around here we could take. Yeah, as you saw, there was another feral there. This is almost broken. Let's repair this real quick. I'm gonna end this episode once I get to the roof. Get myself established a little bit. Hey, there's some food. Some chicken soup. Use the chicken soup. And then we found some tea. Use that. And break this. And we complete another challenge. Ooh. Archery to sneak. Oh, so much for sneaking. So much for sneaking. Let us... That's another thing about these things. Like, you can see the lamb rations gives us some HP. Alright. Let's loot this bookshelf. Sorry if the game's a little bit dark. Oh, there's another zombie in there. Sheesh. Yeah, usually when you get into these places, it's best to try to clear them out before you... Ooh, that's a really good find. A knife? Hell yeah. Don't need that. Any of those? Is this a real medicine cabinet? No, it's not. Does this lead outside? No, it leads to the roof. Okay, so that's good. So, like, we have a way of more or less getting up here. Oh, shoot! Where did you guys come from? Oh! Alright, try to save stamina. Try to save stamina. As you can see, now we're over 5% threshold for the infection. That means we need 2 honeys to fully cure the infection. Eventually, it does get to a point with the infection that you're better off just dying. Like, you just don't bother, just die. Because the infection is just too far gone. Honey is too rare of a find. Oh, gotta crouch. It's, you know, it's too hard to find honey to really cure it. Drop that. Grab the chicken soup. So, a rough first day, to say the least. But we can persevere. This is a nice little home we have now. All we gotta do is just get to the damn ceiling. Now, is this a flat rooftop, or is this gonna be like one of those weird rooftops where it's like half blocks? Let's scrap this real quick. Go over here. Build a storage crate. Or two. Are you gonna be floating? Oh, you are gonna be floating. Oh, you're gonna be floating down here also. Oh, I hate it when it floats. Oh, I guess we'll be down here then. Are you floating down here also? Oh, you do float down here. Why do they design buildings like this? Where things float like it's magic? Alright, well, I guess I'll put the storage up here for now. Yeah, I could always, like, fill in the gaps here and make it more secure. Yeah, you know what? This could work. This could work. This can work. Hell, if I wanted to, I could technically, yeah. Yeah, that's how it's gonna, you know. Oh, that's right. How do you place? Is it with X? No. Is it with the right button? No, that switches. Is it with B? No. Left trigger? Ah, left trigger places. Let's stack these two boxes. Let's transfer all our items up there. Let's put all these items up here. Let's place our torch. Nope. How do you place a torch? Oh, there you go. Left trigger. Duh. No, don't punch it, you stupid asshole. Let's place it right there, the floating torch. Man. What a disaster. Alright, let's put this here. Let's put this shit over here. Let's read some magazines, like The Forge Ahead for sure we're gonna read right now. Medical Journal, you're gonna find those like crazy. And that's pretty much it. Home cooking, you're gonna find a lot also. Alright, so we're basically done for now. Always carry ammo on you. Always carry a gun on you. Always carry a way, at least at the beginning, ways to repair those, so you always want to have some stones on you. Because those primitive tools break so freaking easily. And that's it. And before we end the episode, I know I got some skill points. What is the next level for Spearman? It's Perception 5. We have 2 points. And straight into Perception 5. And as you can see, as you go up, like before we were at 3, headshot damage was 220%, 15% chance to dismember. Now that we're level 5, 25% chance to dismember, and 240% headshot damage. So that's an extra 20% increase. Alright, so episode's gonna end here. I think we're gonna have to withhold doing a quest. And I'm gonna have to go on the hunt for honey. But that'll be on the next episode for our console edition playthrough. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for the support. Take care. Bye-bye.